The House Edge Sports Network welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Capital Amateur Football Association. And we're live for the Mosquito A-Cup Championship between the Cumberland Panthers and the West End rival Kanata Knights. I'm Jesse Card, your host for this game, joined in the booth with none other than Jeff Karate. Jeff, what are going to be some of the keys to this game here?
Well, you know what? Both these guys, Kanata going 6-2 and the Panthers going 5-3, have earned their way here the hard way. The Panthers knocked off the unbeaten Cornwall Wildcats last week by the score of 1-0 in a rain-filled, sloppy-field game, and look for this to be a bit of a ground and pound to start. The rain here at Millennium Field is going to stop us from seeing any gunslinging, unfortunately, but I look forward to a real great game. Two really good football teams, Jess, in.
Yeah, we have just finished shooting two games, the first being the Tyke 6 versus 6 championship, where the Wolverines of West Carleton won that, and then the Tyke 10-on-10 we just finished up, and the Cumberland Panthers defeating the Cornwall Wildcats. Now here we are for kickoff, and Kanata will kick off to Cumberland, who recover it, and the ball's blown down dead by the referee whistle.
Yeah, he was blown dead because he got the ball. He was on his knees when he picked the ball up. That's something that's really tough to get the kids to do, to pick it up and go while they're not on their knees. But nonetheless, possession is 9/10 of the law. And I know Coach Mike Schmidt would rather have possession than to have him wobble with the ball if he was on his feet, couldn't get it. So here we go, 1st and 10. Panthers start with the football in the A-Cup Mosquito football game.
Panthers under center. They're going to hand the ball off, and he somehow escapes the tackle in the backfield. But there might be a key there. The Kanata defender looked like the right tackle blew through the line immediately. So I wonder if this penetration by the defense is going to be something that the Cumberland Panthers haven't seen this season up to date.
Yeah, you're going to see, I think, both defenses be aggressive up front. You can see what they're running here. They just got a linebacker, two linebackers, and linebacker and a safety, whatever they want to call them. Everybody else is up at the line. They're going to try to stop the run game of the Panthers. As we get a bootleg action by the quarterback, he's going to take it and he's going to run.
He's got some
yards. Some room, and he's got some wheels. Great job.
Looked like he wanted to step out of bounds there, but decided to elect and stay in bounds. But he's picked up a first down, Jeff.
Hunter Kelly, the quarterback, number 11. Great job, great blocking up front. Great way to start the football game. You're going to see their offensive coordinator, who we both know well, Eric Perron. He's probably put in a couple of wrinkles like that for this game, seeing that it's wet and seeing that they're going to put a bunch of guys on the line of scrimmage. He's going to try to get the edge because running the middle might be something they might not be able to do so well.
Yeah, Eric was critical this summer for the JV Panthers team in the OPFL. Working with those running backs, and now he's working with this running back, and he's just refusing to go down.
Marvin Larozar, he is their horse. They're going to depend on him, along with Ben Baptiste, who plays fullback here in most of the formations, to pound the ball up the middle, and he got another first down and moved the chains. Good play calling thus far, just mixing it up a little bit, trying a couple of different things to see where they can get some success, because no secret, Jess, they'll be running the football.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of ground game in this one, not just due to the wet field, but because they're good at it.
Exactly, they're very, very good at it. And we see Marvin with the ball again. He's going to gain 4 or 5 yards every time he touches the football. And these guys, Jess, they're not afraid to pound it up the middle. They're not afraid to pound it up the middle. They're not afraid to get outside, and they can get outside. And you're going to see that Coach Eric is going to mix it up a little bit. He's not going to just stay with the same old plain offensive stuff. He's going to give you different formations, a couple of different looks, and give the ball to a couple different guys.
Well, Cumberland with the ball, 2nd and 5, looking to pass. Quarterback decides to keep it. And he's going to be close to a first down, but I think he's short.
He might be just a yard short. Another great run by Hunter Kelly, the quarterback, to get upfield. Not afraid to run with the football. And it's going to be 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. Now it'll be interesting to see if the Panthers, if Coach Eric calls something right up the middle, maybe to Ben Baptiste, or if he tries some sort of bootleg to try to catch them unaware, maybe sleeping a little bit.
Well, it's a good play to run early on to see if the defense is playing honest or not. But looks like he's just going to truck forward like you'd see in the CFL.
Yeah, he needed barely a yard and a half there.
They're going to give it to him.
They're going to give it to him, the Panthers. Taking time off the clock, marching down the field. This is what they do throughout the season, Jess. These guys, this offense, they can put 10 or 12-yard drives together and just march the ball down the field and keep you honest and keep you on your toes and plug it in for touchdowns. That's been their success all year, and their stingy defense has been the other part of it.
And nobody's really stopped them.
No. What a great tackle. That's a big tackle.
Number 44 in on the tackle.
Quentin Drzanville, linebacker for Kanata. Great job, Quentin. You just saved him from getting, at minimum, a first down.
So with that stop, it leaves the Cumberland Panthers in a 2nd and 7 situation. They are threatening just about a yard outside the red zone of the Kanata Knights. Handoff to 25 off the right tackle.
That's going to turn into another 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4, Jess. I mean, they're not afraid to run up in the middle. You watch this Kanata defense. These guys are in a 2-point stance. They're standing up, and they're just bringing it. I mean, this is just old-fashioned ground and pound here that Coach Eric has decided to go with at the start of the game, and just pound the football, pound the football.
For those of you just joining us, you are watching the Mosquito A-Cup Championship of the National Capital Amateur Football Association.
Jeez, he might get that. He's onside. I'm certain that they're on. So they run. They do a great job of it. Their punter is very, very good. Can punt the ball a long way, can angle it well. Those two players are onside on the short side of the field. He kicked it, so I'm suspecting that this penalty is going to be waved off, and it's going to be first down Panthers, providing he stayed onside.
We shall see. The referees will have the call. They're discussing it right now, asking the players to back up, give them some room.
And just so we all know, that even if he's onside or not, the referee always throws the flags. So they have a conversation like this to ensure that everybody's on the same page and that, in fact, they were onside or maybe they weren't.
Both teams anxiously anticipating the verdict.
Well, so now Coach Schmidt is going to want an explanation as to why they were called for no yards when he had two guys on side.
A very critical situation here in a scoreless ball game. 5 minutes left in the first quarter.
Interesting. Maybe, you know what, maybe one of those guys, maybe they just jumped down the field a little bit too early. But nonetheless, Coach Mike Schmidt is going to have a word with the referee to ensure that he knows that his guys are on side, the two of them on that side. Because I know they practice that a lot and they have success with it and they have a very good punter. And here we got Kanata on offense against this very, very good, stingy defense.
And we're looking at the Kanata offense for the first time today. Their regular season record, 4th in the Mosquito division of NCAFA. They went 6-2.
Kanata trying to throw the football.
Nearly intercepted.
So Kanata coming out, being aggressive right from the start, trying to throw the football in the rain. Good on them because they're going to have to do something. This Panther defense is stingy. They tackle well, they pursue well.
Samuel Whitting almost nearly intercepting the ball on that first down. It'll leave 2nd and 10 for the Kanata Knights. And I bet you they're wanting to get off to a good start here.
3-by-2 with an ace back, trying to bootleg, not going to fake that defense out of it, nothing doing. It's going to give him a big 3rd down. It's going to be 3rd and maybe 14, 13 from here.
Cumberland coming up with the stop. And now at Mosquito level, typically you don't see a booming punt. So a stop like that effectively will keep Kanata down pinned in their end for some time.
Yeah, and here you go. Their returners are going back. Not a very good snap. It might be blocked. It is blocked and recovered by the Panthers. Great start for their defense. Now they've got to get some momentum, get on the field.
Blocked punt it is, and a huge series for the Cumberland defense and special teams. It looks like Cumberland has a bit more energy at the early going of this game.
Well, you know, they talk about feeding off your coach, and the coaching often reflects the kids. And, you know, we are talking about Mike Schmidt being the head coach over there, Jess, who we know and respect, you know, to death. And he does have his team ready, if nothing else, to play football. And here's the offense. Ben Baptiste at fullback. There's Marvin getting up the field. He could score here, Jess. He's going to be down on the 3-yard line.
Nice run. And you're right about Coach Mike Schmidt, very passionate guy. You'd be hard-pressed to find a more passionate football coach in our community.
Yeah, even though some might say this is just Mosquito, I'll tell you what, they went 5-3 and they're playing here in the A-Cup Championship. And that's not by mistake. That's because of all the work that he does, and his staff is outstanding, and they work real hard, and they've put together a great team here.
In Ottawa, A-Cup.
2nd down, Marvin.
Marvin gets maybe 1 yard, but he's tackled by number 25, wrapped up nicely.
It's going to be 3rd and maybe 1 and change here, Jess. Hard to tell what yard line the ball is on. Looks to be about maybe the 2, maybe the 3.
Landon Kerrigan on the tackle. 3rd down. How big is this, Jeff?
This is a big down. They've got to, at the very least, get a 1st down, maintain momentum in this. They just blocked the punt. To punch it in or to get a 1st down would be good. And here you go, Marvin again. He's in for a touchdown. Great job. Good job, Ben Baptiste on the block up the middle. Simple lead up the middle. Very, very good start to the Panthers, who may be electing to go for 2 here, Jess, instead of kicking. Maybe the odds of getting that snap, the pin, and the kickoff are going to be a little bit difficult. Coach Eric Perron has elected, I think, to go for 2, which doesn't surprise me. He's a lot like Mike Schmidt. He's aggressive, and he just wants to score points.
So if we look at the replay here afterwards, we'll see how that O-line was able to.
They got stopped on the 2-point convert. Not sure if he was trying to boot out there just to maybe throw it, or if he was going to try to run it and get caught.
So if we go back to the replay of that touchdown and see the blocking up front by number 90, look at that.
Yeah, outstanding. And Big Ben up there blocking somebody on the other side. Ben Baptiste allowing Marvin to get in there and score the touchdown. Without the convert, 6-0, Jess. We know how valuable these 1 points and 2 points are to these games. The last game, of course, Coach Mike Schmidt knows how valuable 1 point can be. They won 1-0 against the undefeated Cornwall Wildcats. Ready to kick off. 2:37 to go in the first quarter. Now up 6-0 in the A-Cup Championship game.
Well, this is exciting, and now the kickoff by the Panthers. Drop it right in front of number 85 for the Knights, who stiff arms his way. But look at the gang tackling by the Panthers.
Yeah, the gang tackle led there by London. London is actually Eric Perron's son, London Perron. Very, very good football player. They just moved here from the Durham area, where he's played a little bit of football, to say the least. Very aggressive, hard-hitting football player. And you can see there he tried to strip the ball.
Luke Thelen recovered the kickoff. And now a good first down plunge forward by the Knights.
Yeah, they just gave it to their big fullback and rumble and stumble up the middle for maybe 3 or 4 yards. More like 4 with a generous spot.
So 2nd and 6. The Knights offense looking to match Cumberland's last drive.
And they got an end around. It's got some room. But look at this defense. Look how fast they are getting to the edge. Look how fast that they close from here. Jess, it looked like that maybe he had somewhere to go. But that defense of the Panthers just swarms to the football. And they do something very, very well. They pursue. They pursue and they know angles. So now it's going to be 3rd and 3. Kanata.
Now this Knights offense, though, is accustomed to scoring points. 37.3 points per game average, to be exact. First in the league. But right now, he's going down. Quarterback sack.
Great play by this Panther defense. They just tried to go bootleg quarterback keeper, and that Panther defense would have nothing to do with it. Absolutely outstanding defense. So momentum, I would say right now, Jess, is to the Panthers. They got the block punt. They scored off of it. They just stopped them on a crucial 3rd down in the middle of the field. And now their offense has the ball back again.
So Panthers 1st and 10, near midfield.
They ran that counter, and still a good gain. It seems they pulled the lineman on the wrong side, and the running back went the other way, and there was kind of some confusion to where Marvin was going. But nonetheless, positive yards on the play.
Tackle by number 4, Evan Artis. It's early, but we are coming to a close in the first quarter. Score of 6-0 for the Cumberland Panthers. Lots of football left in this one.
The Kanata team has number 20 down with that's Ryder Bernard, D lineman. Hopefully nothing serious, just maybe tweak something and be back. He's got to go out for 3 plays minimum anyway, Jess, as per the NCAFA rules.
Yeah, just an opportunity to look him over, make sure he's okay.
And that's the thing with these games, right? I mean, I'm sure if you talk to Kanata coaches, I know if you talk to Coach Mike Schmidt, I mean, he wants to play everybody at their best, and he would not want to say, well, hey, a real good player's not playing today or got hurt. He would rather beat you at your best and play you at your best, and that's the way it should be. So let's hope throughout the game that we don't get nothing. Let's hope that he's back. He's not walking very well, but we hope to see Ryder definitely back in the game very, very soon as he gets cleared and looked at. He's walking better as he gets off, so let's hope he gets back to join us.
With 25 seconds left in the first quarter, the Panthers are up 6-0 over the Knights. This is the Mosquito A-Cup Championship. This is for all the marbles. The Cumberland Panthers went 5-3, which was only 6 in Mosquito division, 6 overall. But right now,
he's gone. Marvin's gone. He's not going to catch him. Wow, they caught him from behind. What a great play. What a great play. That's just a basic lead up the middle. He saw daylight and he hit the Jets. That's a really good tackle. Kanata, Evan Artis, I think, was the touchdown saving tackle.
Number 4.
Number 4. Great job. Great touchdown saving tackle. I mean, those tackles we talk about all the time, Jess.
Here's the replay, Jeff. He just cuts right up in there.
Here he goes.
But Artis chasing him down.
Great play. Great play. There's Marvin zigging and zagging a little bit to get up the field. There's a flag, which normally means it could be a hold. Unless maybe they're signaling a hold on the Panthers. So
can you hear the cheer team down there?
I'll tell you what, the Panthers cheer team had the biggest roster of any throughout the OPFL and the CAFA. I think at one point they had like 60 girls signed up for that cheer team. That is run by Joanna and her daughter, who do a great job with that cheer team. And how good are they to be here in the pouring rain, supporting the Panthers in the A-Cup championship game.
They're committed.
First and 20 now for the Panthers after the penalty. Toss to Marvin. He's going to cut back on the other side and head up the middle. Where's he going? He's gone. I don't know how he found that hole. I don't know how he found it, Jess. I don't know how he found it. There
Panthers touchdown. Number 25.
You know what? You know, when you talk about how the players play, and especially kids this age being impressionable, right, Jess? They're very impressionable and stuff, and you see how they play. Their defense plays with passion, and there's good tacklers. That's a reflection of Coach Mike Schmidt. He's a very passionate guy. And then you look at the offense over there, and you look at Coach Eric, who we both know well, and is a great football coach. He's very quiet, very methodical, and you can tell by his play calling this far, he doesn't panic. He's not trying to throw, bombs down the field when it's 1st and 20. There he is throwing in the end zone.
Back to live action. They do. They get it. So they make up for the missed extra point.
2-point convert. The throw, the catch, outstanding.
But if we go back to that touchdown, Jeff, and we just see what happened here.
I mean, Marvin's going to get the ball, and he's going to get up the field, and watch him when he tosses. He comes over on this side, and then he obviously sees something over here with all his buddies here. He cuts back. He breaks the tackle here, goes and sees nobody here, and cuts it outside. Up the field he goes, and he's very, very fast.
And you see that block by 99.
Yep.
How would you like to have him blocking for you?
Well, he's definitely one of the biggest fellas out here. 13-6. Oh, what's the score there? No, they made a mistake there. It's 13-0. It should be 14, right, Jess?
The clock man's hearing it from the parents, though.
Yeah, change that score. They're saying, holy cow.
There it is. They got it right. Oh, sorry, no.
Wrong side.
Wrong side.
That's a referee doing it for the playoffs, so I'm sure they're going to hear it from the fans.
The kickoff to Kanata is recovered successfully. He's taking it midfield, and he's got room. He could go all the way. Panthers closing on him. Number 12 with the tackle.
Good job, kid. What a great run. What a great play. Number 12 for the Panthers defense. Samuel Whiting, their linebacker. What a great touchdown saving tackle. What a great return.
But what a return.
Great return.
So that's something, if they can get special team plays like that.
Well, momentum's a big thing, right, Jess? Especially at any age, but this age especially. So they've just taken it from the Panthers for a little bit. If they can get some momentum and get down here close to the end zone and even score, things are a lot different. They give to the big fullback. He's going to rumble.
He's rumbling.
He's got 6 or 7 yards for sure.
Number 19 playing fullback for the Kanata Knights.
Connor Williams. Connor Williams is the big fullback.
Maybe reminiscent of another Connor Williams that played for Kanata at one point.
I'm not sure if they caught him offside there or what happened.
D lineman for the Red Blacks I'm talking about.
Oh, yes.
So if maybe that Williams name is synonymous with good football players born and bred in Kanata. So right now we're looking at 8:44 left in the first half, and the Cumberland Panthers are up 13-0 over the Kanata Knights. But the Knights are threatening. With that penalty, they're on the 5-yard line going in. First and goal. Quarterback under center. Hands it off.
Dropped the ball. The Panthers got it back. Now, I don't know why. So Kanata got the ball back, Jess. They had some success. giving it to their big fullback, Connor Williams. And then they got down to the 5 to 4 yard line, first and goal from the 4, and tried a tricky reverse type of
if we look at the
reverse.
replay here, Jeff,
He just drops it.
it wasn't a very good pitch.
It wasn't a very good exchange for sure. And now you just gave momentum back to the Panthers and had a chance to maybe punch it in. But here the Panthers are on their own 4 yard line. They need some room. Toss it to Marvin. Off he goes. Another hard run by Marvin. Tackled by a slew of Kanata players. Swarming Kanata defense. Gain of about 6 yards.
So not what the Kanata Knights were hoping for on that offensive series where they had the ball first and goal from the 5 yard line. That's got to hurt.
Yep. Good thing is the game is still young, Jess. We're still 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. Panthers just methodically running the football. They do the same thing. There's Marvin. He's gone. I'm not sure if he can be caught. Pushed out of bounds by 56. Josh Kibbe. Great play. Way to never give up. Good hustle. That's something we say a lot, Jess? Nobody gives up out here on the football field in A-Cup championships, let alone any other game.
You never know when you're going to be back.
That's right.
We talked about having the knee down on a kickoff, recovering a kickoff. That's actually how I lost in the A-Cup semifinals against the Orleans Bengals back in the day. We were actually in overtime.
There's Ben Baptiste putting his head down, muscling for 6 yards. That's what they get out of Ben.
He's a bruiser.
He'll get up there, and what you love about Ben is he'll get up there, get the football, he'll protect it, and he'll get you 5 or 6 yards every time he touches the football.
Well, that can be valuable, especially on a muggy and wet day like this, if you can rely on a possession guy like that. Kanata's got everyone on the line. Ball's handed off.
Going to Ben again. Ben's going to get him the first down. Nice job. Good, hard, tough running. And that Kanata defense is very, very tough up front. And they're just going to have to pin it back. No, that's a bad spot. That's okay. Look better from up here. It's going to be third and maybe a foot or a yard. Suspected maybe he'll do something. Coach Eric will do something simple here just to get a first down, maintain possession. Here everybody's up there at the line. Here goes the quarterback. He's got it. They might have moved early. I'm not sure who did.
So they plunge forward. Referees are talking it over.
Let's see what they call and who they call. Offside on Kanata.
Don Wilcox, the head referee. Longtime referee in the Ottawa area.
Cumberland Panther offense doing a good job of time possession here, Jess, in the first half thus far. You know, controlling the football and scoring. And now they're going to go lead right up the middle. They give it to somebody else. They give it to number 1. Great tough run right up the middle into the heart of that offense, into that defense. Owen Shields.
Quentin Dorseville again on the tackle, but there's a Knights player down. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with the Mosquito A-Cup Championship in a moment. And we're back with the Mosquito A-Cup Championship. Thanks for watching online to HESN Live and our coverage of Championship Week of NCAFA. We've got a 13-0 ball game with the Panthers up over the Knights, and Panthers scrimmaging 2nd and 3. 4:48 left in the second quarter.
You can see all these guys in the Kanata defense. Coach James Kibbe has them just standing up, ready to go with the ears pinned back, just ready to stop everybody. And Coach Eric Perron counters with Ben Baptiste up the middle for what looks to be first down, or are they gonna? They might even measure for this one. It's so close, Jess. They got out there measuring. I'm going to say they get it by maybe the nose of the football. They get it by about half of the football. Way to go, Ben. Nice, tough run by the fullback for the Panthers. And I think Kanata's lost a couple of their big guys up front, Jess. I mean, the player that just got hurt, we had some technical difficulties here. Didn't get a chance to see what number he was, but he was certainly one of the small guys. So I'm guessing he was one of their defensive linemen. And Coach James Kibbe can ill afford to lose somebody up front when running the football today seems like the way to go, as they give it to number 1 straight up the field. Another really good run by Owen Shields into that Kanata defense.
Yeah, the Lions with this type of running game, they're electing to hand the ball off and run right up the middle, come right at them. So the line on and the defense of Kanata is going to be in for a long game. They're going to make a lot of tackles. There's going to be a lot of contact.
Yep. And the O-line for the Panthers is certainly doing their job at the start of this game. As they go out, they'll come on this side. I thought he had him. Going to get to the outside a little bit. Going to get some help. Just shy of the first down again. They're going to be 3rd and 1, it looks like, Jess.
That's Owen Shields on the run.
Tackled 65. Kanata. Michael Averton.
So 3rd and short, half a yard. Panthers are up 13-0. 3 minutes left in the first half. We're at Millennium Field. The rain has held off. It started to come down in that last tight game, Jeff, but right now it's being held at bay.
Yep, and here the Panthers are faced with yet another 3rd and what seems to be about a foot for their offense. Marching the ball well. The quarterback's got it, no doubt. Flags are being thrown again. Defense being very aggressive, and Kanata, as you would fully expect, they're getting a little tired of seeing this third and short nonsense too. They want to put a big stop to it.
We got a Kanata player that's slow to get up. Referees discussing something.
We're talking about who's offside and who moved, because it seems every time we've got a 3rd and short here, somebody's moving a little bit prematurely.
So not for this game, Jeff, but the next game, the Pee-wees and the Bantams and the Midgets on Friday night will be able to move on from the A-Cup Championship today.
Yep.
And they will be playing in the first ever NCAFA versus Quebec Interprovincial Bowl Series. It'll be live streamed by HESN again on YouTube. It'll be held at Carleton University, and it's on Sunday, November 19th. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel of HESN to help us grow. We were trying to hit 2,000 subscribers.
Oh, that should be easy with people having to listen to us, Jess. So Kanata, somebody just threw another flag. I'm not sure what's going on, but it's offsetting offside and procedure. They're blowing the 3-minute whistle. Clock's going to start. Just a quarterback sneak, obviously a first down. That's another player that's gone down for Kanata, Jess. That's 3 players that seem to be on the defensive line. Oh, I think they might be coming back on now. Not sure. A little difficult to tell the numbers with some of the players. We apologize for that. given how they wear their jerseys sometimes. And our eyes not being the greatest, Jess?
Yeah, and it's kind of misty out there. That doesn't help either.
Timeout by Kanata. Thus far, you know what? The Panthers have had the momentum, I think, Jess, going in. Like I said, Coach Eric Perron doesn't panic. He's very methodical in his play calling and what he wants, his team to do. And he's a very, 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 very technical guy, and he's well versed in the system that he runs, and in particular about defenses that he faces. And I mentioned it before the game, or just at the start of the game. They are known for 8, 10, 12 play drives, and that's what they've done here. They've taken the ball all the way from the 5-yard line down to the 21-yard line in their first and 10. That's a great drive, and that's really hard on a Kanata defense. And not only that, they're taking the time off the clock. So Kanata to get the ball back, there's going to be obviously less than 2 minutes to go in the game. They might be pinned deep. They could be down another score. They could be down a field goal maybe, or just a single point. Regardless, they'll have a lot of field to work with to get back into a threatening position on the other end of the field.
That's Alex Gibson, the defensive coordinator for the Kanata Knights, out on the field talking to the refs. He's coached at a lot of different organizations.
He'll get himself a penalty if he doesn't get himself off the field.
Hand
again,
off.
Marvin. What a great tough run. I liked it. He went to go outside, Jess, and he just saw something up the middle and just lowered his shoulder, and he got 6.5 yards, 5 yards there. Another good, real tough run by the Panthers. Again, attacking that tackle Kanata Knight defense.
They're not doing anything that you wouldn't expect.
Again, quarterback keeper thought he was going to maybe try to throw it there, but he was running and he just was maybe undecided whether or not he would run or if he would go. Again, Jess, they're going to look to be third and very, very short here.
There's a bit of a theme happening.
I mean, this is where we see the offside and procedure so far. Let's hope none of that happens. See what they do on third and less than a yard. They drop the football. Don't know why they would blow it dead. Another flag on third and short. Somebody must have moved up front. Procedure against the Panthers. It's going to go back. So it'll be an interesting call to see here what they do here, Jess, with 2 minutes to go. Do they, in fact, try to kick a rouge because their punter can't kick it? He can't kick it that far, and he can get it likely outside the end zone. Or do they go for it and pin him deep with 2 minutes to go in the first half? Granted, it's only a point.
Some decisions to be made by this Cumberland coaching staff.
No, it looks like they're going to get called for another penalty. It might be delay a game. They're not going to let him on. I think they might flag him. Call the timeout. Good job, Coach Eric, calling a timeout so they don't get a penalty and get put back yet again, because this kicker will be kicking from the 25. Look for the onside guys over here, Jess, number 1 and number 11. Snap is good. Guys are on side. Well, they didn't really kick it. He's down. They will get called for likely no yards, but it should be a 5-yard penalty, which doesn't do a whole bunch at that point. Just where they are on the field, it doesn't really do much, whether on the 15 or the 20.
Right.
They're going to wave it off. Looks like the ref is going to wave it off because the kick was so short. So in fact, there is no penalty. Good job by the referees to see that.
A full crew out for the A-Cups. The referees getting decent weather here. The rain is holding off. The wind is very minimal.
Big, oh.
And ball almost came out.
Just a big one up the middle with their big fullback. Tackled by the interior line of that Panther defense. You would think that they might try something just to maybe get down the field if they get another first down maybe.
It would be a good time to do it, I would say. Some sort of play action pass. They ended up give it off to the fullback right up the middle, and he's got good yardage, enough for a first down.
They're playing with that. Kanata's now got that formation a couple times in a row now. They've run it where they're set up to do maybe some sort of jet sweep or a slot reverse. So you've got to be honest on defense, and at the same time, you've got to keep your eyes on the quarterback who has the ball, because he'll keep it or he might give it to the big fullback.
It's another good play that.
Well, now the quarterback's kept it again. And
that's always an option too. Quarterback takes it himself.
Tackle by London Perron. Oh, he missed him. Thought maybe he had him out there.
And maybe this is what the Kanata Knights need in terms of a spark. They've been held to a scoreless game so far. Panthers are up 13-0 with only a minute left. The Knights have to move quick.
That's a really tough offense to stop if you haven't seen it a whole lot, Jess, because you can give to the fullback. You got the slot guy action, you got the reverse guy action, you got the fullback in the middle, and the quarterback could just keep it and do what he just did there.
Number 7 under center. He hands it off.
He gave it to the fullback. It's a gain of about 1.5 yards. A minute to go. The clock will start. They gave it to the fullback again.
Fullback again.
I'm guessing they're trying to set something up, Jesse, as we are again joined with loyalty with our friend Mr. Senko up here.
More royalty. We
saying hello to us, bringing us candy.
You missed Trevor Harris and John Gott were up here, but Jay Senko is just as good of a guest as any.
Of course he is. He comes bearing gifts all the time. Every time we see Mr. Senko, he's bearing gifts of some sort. Good to see you, Senko. Got a great game going here.
Mr. Senko obviously anticipating the start of the Bantam game where his son will be playing with the Cumberland Panthers, also taking on the Kanata Knights. That game will be the last game on the slate today.
We'll still be here. We'll still be here. Here we go, Jess. I'm thinking that Kanata was just trying to set something up by giving the ball to the fullback and stuff, and I'm going to think that maybe a reverse or a slot reverse or some sort is going to come this way or the other way.
Motion
it's
to
the
the
first time
left.
you see the back in motion.
And the
quarterback's
quarterback
going
tucks
to keep it. Here comes that defense.
But he makes a nice cut.
They all missed
If
him.
he can get out of bounds, that would be good. He won't do it. What? It's enough for, well, no, it's short of the first down. Turnover on downs now.
Ashton Chartrand, he's been an anchor on that defense. Ashton has great tackle, well short of the first down. You got to think, Jess, maybe one got away from them there, right?
Yeah, I think Kanata has been down in their end. First and goal from the 5 when they turn the ball over. That one really hurts.
And it hurt the Panthers having driving the ball all the way down to the 15 and not scoring. So this game, the momentum shifting series by series, it seems. And let's see what Coach Eric Perron brings to us with 41 seconds to go. They drop the snap. They managed to give it to Marvin. Marvin gets a couple of yards. Good job maintaining possession of the football, let alone getting yards.
Thanks for joining us online. HESN Live of the NCAFA Championship weekend. You're watching the Mosquito Championship between the Kanata Knights and the Cumberland Panthers. 30 seconds left in the first half. Cumberland's up 13-0.
Toss to Marvin. He didn't see what he liked over there. He could get the edge. Here goes Marvin. Marvin's got the sideline, streaking all the way down the sideline. Great run. 9.3 seconds left to go in the second quarter.
Cumberland looking for a little insurance heading into the half.
I'm sure Coach Mike Schmidt would be happy, Jess, going in the half at 13-0. I mean, obviously he'd like to score, maybe another play or two, and would have liked to have seen Marvin take it to the house. But nonetheless, I think he'd be very happy with the way his team has played on both sides of the ball. They've played good. Kanata's played well too. They just haven't made a couple plays when they had to, being on the 5 and then getting a turnover. There's a short toss to Marvin. Gotten through that defense.
It almost looked like it was designed for him to cut up.
I say we never know what's going on behind the face mask of these running backs that go, and then, but Marvin seems to have made some really good decisions all year, and he's made another good decision there.
There's a timeout on the field by the Cumberland Panthers. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, the last play or last two plays of the Mosquito championship before halftime.
So here we are, Jess. It's second down, 2nd and 3 for the Panthers, 4 seconds to go. Let's see what they have in store for us here.
Toss right.
Toss to Marvin. Can he get there? Can he get there? Can he beat the last guy to get to the end zone? No, tackle. Great tackle. Great pursuit. Touchdown saving tackle by number 4 from Kanata. Evan Artis.
We've heard his name a lot today, Jeff.
Great touchdown saving tackle. He was the last guy that Marvin had to beat to get to the end zone. What a great half, Jess. 13-0 Panthers. There's been some close ones, some missed opportunities, some gained opportunities, some momentum shifts. Awesome football game.
Great football game. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, second half.
Well, because his grandson plays for the same hockey team. Oh my God, that meant yeah, but her mom lives in
Larry! Don't say hi. Don't say hi. How's it going? A little bit more wasn't it? Long time was. I know, huh? How are you? Oh! Too bad. Oh, what happened now? Yeah, obviously. Bad that wet.
everywhere we go, Dan knows somebody. I think I know that guy. Oh, of course you do.
I've never been there. I went through a few times, but that's about it. That's more than that.
No, I don't.
10-hour drive from here. That's from Kirkland Lake.
with the Mosquito A-Cup Championship. The Cumberland Panthers set to kick off to the Knights. They have a lead of 13-0 at this point in the game, and the rain is starting to come down a little bit.
We're setting ourselves up for a great second half, Jess. Yep. 13-0. Panthers lead the Knights. Here's the kickoff to start the second half of the game. Covered well by the Panthers. It'll be first down on the 45 for Kanata to start the second half of the A-Cup Championship, Mosquito level. Here at Millennium Park, the rain's starting to come down, Jess. It doesn't look like it's going to let up anytime soon. And here's the dive to the big fullback. Kanata chooses to start. Just seeing if they can get some momentum to get down to the gain of about 3 yards. Here we are, joined by more royalty here, Sean Baptiste. How are you today, Sean? I'm doing good. Why don't you put this on, we'll talk a little bit if you want. Sean Baptiste, longtime Panther coach, has 3 boys in the program, all playing the CAFA. Sam, of course, can you hear me there? Yeah, you can hear it? Talk? Yeah. So Sam started off well with an A-Cup game, an A-Cup win this morning. Are you good there, Sean? I can't hear you. No, I can't hear you. We'll get that technical difficulty fixed here for you in 1 second. We'll get to talk to Sean Baptiste, as it sounds like we have a turnover on downs here. Try that now, Sean.
There you go.
There we go. Now we got Sean Baptiste live in the HESN booth.
We almost feel like a phone commercial. Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now?
So Sam must be excited for the big win.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. You. I think at the end, after the team won, he got down and did a little snow angel. So I don't know. Maybe there's snow in the forecast or something we don't know.
Maybe there is. Your other son, Ben Baptiste, out here, number 55, the big fullback for the Panthers, having a good game thus far, blocking, and had a couple of good runs to get a couple first downs for the Panthers moving the football, which was great.
Oh, absolutely. And time off the clock, eh?
Time off the clock. The Panthers got the ball back after that miscue by Kanata, and they went from the 5-yard line all the way down to the 15-yard line, which was good. They took a bunch of time off the clock.
Yeah, and got that momentum back, off that big return.
Yeah, we were talking earlier. Momentum's been a big thing in the game because it went from there, it went to Kanata, went back to Panthers, and here we go with a handoff, a give to Marvin, who's not afraid to get north. And it looks like he fought for a first down. It would be something. It's been third and short. Last couple times, right?
Yeah, and I think the Panthers are converting well on those short scenarios just to move the yardsticks.
Yeah, they didn't get the one here. They got the procedure call because they've gotten lucky with Kanata getting a couple of offside calls. And here we go, third and a foot again.
Oh, that's great. I mean, it challenges the defenses to step up and make big plays in games like this. And, let's see if Kanata could stuff it up here.
Kanata's had a couple of guys go off hurt, and I think might be some of their D-line. They look to be lined up offside. They might get called if they don't watch themselves.
That's a little tight.
Yeah, they're going to call him offside. I think they're going to call him offside.
Well, definitely some emotion out there, that's for sure. Both teams want it.
Well, they both have worked their ways here. That's going to be offside. There was a little bit of a delayed call from the referee, but I'm guessing up here he was telling him to get back, and maybe we couldn't see that he was telling him to get back.
A lot of kids at this age, I think their foot's the yard off. Their whole upper body's leaning right into that neutral zone. So.
Yeah. So first down for the Panthers on the 30-yard line, going in. They lead 13-0. Under 7 minutes now in a rainy Millennium Field. Thank God we're playing on turf. If we were playing on grass, this would be a disaster. Mud everywhere. As We have the famous Fred Sherwin with us, Sean, in the booth. He's just looking to get dry. We're on to him. Quarterback keeps it, gets to the edge of the field, getting upfield. Another great tackle by number 4 for Kanata Knights. That Evan Artis has made a couple plays today. Great run by Hunter Kelly to get out there. And he got positive yards, probably 6 yards on first down.
That's good. Gives them options now.
I really like what Eric's done today with his play calling. He hasn't panicked. He hasn't wanted to get downfield and throw bombs or put his team in a difficult situation. He's been second and short and third and short all day.
Yeah, no, patience. Patience the key.
I mean, you got a fullback in Ben that can run it, and you got a tailback in Marvin that can run it. So he's got a couple of good things they give to Marvin right up there again. That looks to be the same play they scored on last time. Down to the 5-yard line, the ball was dead, they're calling it. They got away from great run, Marvin, right into the heart of that defense.
Yeah, I think you're right. Off the right-hand side there, they must be seeing something on the defensive left. So, but, you know, it was good in terms of setting up. They stretched them east-west and then hit them with a north-south run. It's kind of keeping that defense off balance a little bit.
Yeah, and I go back to Eric Perron, the offensive coordinator, who we know is a really good guy, comes from Durham, was with us on our JV staff as our running back coach, a great football coach. His son London is a very, very good football player, and I really like how patient he's been in the game, just getting downfield and understanding to take time off the clock and scoring. If they could score here, now there's a penalty.
If we got was it a movement of the ball maybe?
Delay a game. Panthers delay a game. You can't be taking those penalties down there on the 5-yard line maybe. It's going to push them back. .526 to go here in the game, or in the third quarter, I'm sorry. 13-0 for the Panthers. There's some movement. Quarterback keeps it again. Just one time he looked like he didn't want to throw it. He's going to run it.
Well, it bounces up the sidelines there.
Oh, he's got some yards. He's still going.
No, it's a nice surge. Get those yards back.
So it's going to be second down from about the 5-yard line. They cannot get a first down because of the penalty they got. It was first and goal from the 5, pushed back. Now they got those penalty yards back, it seems, and then a little some. Are we looking for Ben maybe up the middle here, Sean? You think they're waiting for that, or they thinking maybe off tackle again?
No, I think the Kanata defense is very aggressive, so I think they may take advantage of the over pursuit and maybe kind of a little bit of a cutback there.
Yeah, that cutback short toss we were talking about, maybe. They might try something like that. Oh, they were offside. They were offside. How did they not call that?
It's hard to tell.
From here, it certainly looked like they were moving. Oh, third down. I'm guessing the Panthers will go for it. I mean, getting a snap to your punter, getting a punt off might be a little bit challenging here.
Yeah.
I think you might get the toss you were talking about just a minute ago, Sean. They might do that maybe wide side toss here to Marvin, and he'll cut it back the other way. No, they go with the lead.
Oh, there we go.
And he gets in.
Pounds it through.
Touchdown, Panthers. Great drive. Great drive. After stopping them, they got the turnover on downs.
Yep.
Got the ball, marched it down. Great play calling. Coach Eric Perron, very patient, well thought out in attacking that Kanata Knight defense, which is a very good defense. I like to think maybe, Sean, they lost a couple of players, and I think they were the big guys up front. So we might be seeing that might be an issue here for the Kanata Knights defense in the second half of the game.
Yeah, no, definitely the running between the tackles is it started off slow at the beginning, but they seem to get a little bit more yardage as the game goes on in each run.
Yeah, they're going to call holding on Marvin there. I saw it, the referee. As soon as he saw it, I saw the same thing.
So that happens sometimes. You make that touchdown score and you're a little tired and you stop your feet and put your hands where they may be not supposed to go.
So we were talking, Sean, I was talking with Jess, and we were just talking about some coaches being involved with the club and how we have Eric and Mike Schmidt, and their boys are younger, so moving up, and you got 3
Yes.
in the program, so you're kind of stuck with us for a long time.
That's right.
Because you got to wait till Sam gets out of here, and he's just getting started and having an amazing year as a 7-year-old on that tight team.
Oh, yeah. It's great. I mean, a whole nother decade to look forward to, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, and I'm sure you noted the tight team obviously was great for the program, for them to win. I think hats off to go, because with the age brackets changing, that we had a mite program that was ready to go and hit that tight season running.
Yep. Here we go. Here's the ball. Here's the pass. Incomplete. Good effort. They had completed the convert before this last attempt, and they had got it, but they got the holding call, which sort of negated it. So, and you see the Panther parents, Panther kids are pretty pumped.
Oh, yeah.
Up 19-0 now. 4:34 to go on a rainy Millennium Panther field here for the A Cup at Mosquito.
Well, I'm sure Kanata's looking to maybe get that return they got earlier, just to rally the troops here.
Oh, yes, the game's far from over. The momentum's a big, big thing, as we all know, and we got to hope that it continues. And Kanata is no slouch. Kanata is no slouch. That turnover on downs was big momentum for the Panthers, so let's see what they got on offense after the kickoff.
There you go.
Oh, geez, London's got it.
That's a loose ball. Oh,
Panthers got it.
It looks like it. I'd have to agree. Oh,
nope.
That was a close
Kanata
one.
got it. I thought London was going to pick the ball up there for a second. Looks like he had a chance. That's a nice kick, actually, because this turf, that ball bounces all over the place, and it's wet.
Yeah.
And good on Kanata for maintaining the ball. It's going to be first down now. Let's see what they got in there. Head coach James Kibbe.
They broke that huddle quickly, so I think they got an idea here.
Yeah, the big fullback up the middle.
Yeah.
They don't seem to be getting away from that for a 2-yard gain.
Nope.
The only thing is that takes a lot of time off the clock, right? So they're going to take time off the clock, and you're down 19, which is essentially 3 scores. You would have to get a couple of onside kicks, maybe.
Yeah, make it happen.
A couple of big plays. They're very capable of making big plays. We see that.
I know Kanata in the past years, they like to set up reverses and those types of plays.
Yep. Great job by the Panther defense. Good hard running by the fullback.
Oh, that's just good old football there, both sides.
Connor Williams getting through that Panther defense for a good. He dragged guys for about 5 or 6 yards and to a swarm of tacklers on the Panther defense. Again, it's going to be third and 3. This is where they haven't converted all game a lot either. They haven't converted, and that's kind of been a sore spot, because you got to be able to convert these 3rd and 3s to be able to maintain the drive.
Oh, absolutely, especially when the Panthers have been.
Yeah, there's the bootleg, and that's just not going to fool anybody. And it looks like they
great
got
pursuit.
him. Great tackling, number 72 and number 12. Nothing doing there for the quarterback from Kanata. Jalen Findle getting back, number 72 and number 12. Samuel Whiting and Ashton Chartrain, who's been one of the leading tacklers, I think, for that Cumberland defense. And here comes the offense now. And again, it's time, right, Sean?
Absolutely.
There's going to be 3 minutes and 13 seconds. This Mosquito team, as we see it, they've been known for these long drives. They get the ball, they go on these 8 or 10 yard, plays down the field. They can take 5 minutes off the clock without blinking.
Oh, absolutely. And then a large credit to the offensive line for creating that surge and giving those running lanes there.
Yep. Again, there's the gift to number 1 for a 6-yard gain. Owen Shields.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, he's not the biggest kid on the football field, but boy, does he get north.
Yeah, he's got quick feet, and he's it's a good speed switch up, right? You know, from Marvin to Owen. Owen's a slasher, and some of the defense just don't see him back there.
Yep. 2nd and 4 now. Let's see where they go. How they go. There's again. Here he is. Oh. That's going to be this 3rd and short again.
But again, it's that offensive right, defensive left side there.
Yep, that's where they're attacking.
They got about a yard, eh?
They got about a yard to go, which has been the story of the game so far. Third and short, third and short, third and short, a yard or a foot. They've converted most. They lost one because they went offside, lost 5 yards. Let's see what they do here. Quarterback keeper, and he's got it again.
Straightforward, eh?
Yep.
Oh,
He's gone.
There he is.
Here he goes. There he is. Hunter
They push it
Kelly.
through.
Hunter Kelly, touchdown. What a great run.
Oh, all effort. You know, the feet didn't stop the whole time. Protected the ball and just surged through the pile. You know, Kanata had it stuffed up. You just got to wrap it. I know in the cold weather sometimes it's hard to extend those arms, but
You know, I go back to when Kanata had the ball on the 5-yard line. They were pounding the ball with the fullback, pounding the ball with the fullback, getting 6 or 7 yards. Then they got first and goal on the 4, and they got fancy try to reverse of sorts, fumbled the ball. Panthers took it down to the 15. That's great play calling by Eric Perron. I mean, third down, quarterback sneak. He's done it all game.
Yes.
So he's staying patient with what works, and he's not trying to get fancy, and that's what happens. There was a penalty enough.
it looked like
Penalty
a little,
after the field, or after the play, I'm sorry.
Play, yeah. Still apply that on the kickoff.
Was that obviously against Kanata because the ball is on the 5-yard line. And there's that handoff to that side of the defense, Sean, you talked about it. There he goes, lost
we
the
got a loose
ball. No, you should have given him a chance to run with it.
Yeah,
It's allowed.
should. Yeah, we had that discussion the other day, some of the folks in the stands with the CFL level. You could try to return that for 2 points.
Yep.
And if that extends down to our amateur sport as well, too, which I thought it did, but apparently not. I guess the refs are blowing it dead.
Well, here we are, 25-0. Cumberland Panthers over the Kanata Knights in the A-Cup championship game.
Yeah, so it does look like they applied that penalty.
It looks like they're going to kick off from there. It looks like it was indeed against Kanata. So here we are. So it's funny, Sean, sitting, up in the booth, HESN booth here, the NCAFA Championships, and we talk about friendships and stuff that have grown with football and all of that sort of good stuff. You and I played together for an awful long time, since we were 7 or 8 years old, and have had a chance to win a national championship, and we're both coaching in, the OVFL and OPFL, and of course now our kids are playing, and Matt and Justice won a championship together a few years ago, and here you are with Sam winning, and let's hope the Panthers hold on. If they do, Ben's going to get his A Cup, and that's got to be pretty awesome, eh?
Oh, it is. It is. It's amazing with youth sport what it does to the confidence to the kids to being part of a team, and at the time, it's a championship, but it really builds their spirit and confidence as individuals, and no doubt that from the years that when Matt and Justice played together, now seeing the young ones come through, it's refreshing.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
Good on you, because they're all good kids, as I well know, and good football players. And here's Kanata with the ball. It's going to be first and 10 from about the 29. Let's see what they got. There they go. The same thing. They give the ball to the fullback. He gets some big, tough yards up the middle. Good gain of about 6 yards. A minute 8 to go, a minute 7 to go. It's counting down. Down 25.
Yeah. Well, it's playing into the hands of the Panthers. Like you say, maybe they need to make a big play or look for a big play, but I'm sure they have something in there.
I think they were running earlier on. They were running the formation with their 2 wings, which they've got again, which sets up that slot reverse, kind of a jet type of play. So maybe look for that. But here they go. They give it to the fullback who tries to go off tackle, who lost a yard. So again, it's Kanata 3rd and 3. And that's where they've been for most of the game. And here we see the Panthers substituting some players. It's convened by NCAFA in the championship game, so it's ensured that everybody gets their playing time, which I suspect, Kanata being the class organization they are, and the Cumberland Panthers, they adhere to those types of things, and everybody gets a chance to play, especially in these games.
Oh, absolutely.
There's the quarterback. Doesn't look like he got it. Well, maybe with the push.
With the second effort, maybe.
I don't think so. They didn't give him the spot. Should be first down Panthers. That's more than a yard away from what my eyes show.
I don't know if they'll call that in or not.
First down, Panthers.
There we go.
Great stop by Coach Mike Schmidt's defense that has been stellar all game. Tough for the Kanata team to run into the heart of that Panther defense. They get 4 or 5 yards or 6 with their big fullback, Connor Williams, who's having a tremendous game.
Yeah.
And then it's hard to do that every play, and we're down the field.
Oh, absolutely. The Panthers defense, they're sometimes overshadowed. The last few games they've stepped up and done their
Marvin.
fair share. Oh,
Marvin, that right side again, Sean. We talked about it.
And
that's the exact same play they ran before. Touchdown, Marvin. No flags.
Oh, and we'll be turning into the fourth quarter.
Marvin LaRosar, I'll tell you what, he has making himself the X factor of this game, and they just kept attacking that same side of the. They must see something, and again, I'll say it that Coach Eric Perron is not trying to get ahead of himself or ahead of the game in doing what works.
Absolutely.
And here's the replay. We'll probably catch it up here. Here he takes it up, great block up here. He gets upfield. There's a receiver blocking somebody on the edge.
Second level, yeah.
Second level block, and watch him just get upfield. They can't catch him.
No. And, part of it, too, is that with the Panthers, I know they put Daniel, which is that right guard there. And so, maybe they're trying to get behind him as well and get a good push upfield.
They got the 2-point convert. They went back to that again with the quarterback, number 11, Hunter Kelly, running it in for the 2-point convert. The Panthers take commanding lead getting into the fourth quarter. Very excited. You can tell by the players running on the field. The crowd here is very much into it. 32-0 at the start of the fourth quarter in the A-Cup championship game. Kanata Knights, Cumberland Panthers at Millennium Field. They've got to realize they got to change sides here.
Sometimes the excitement gets the best of them.
It gets the best of them. I've seen the pros go on the wrong side, so
that's true.
It happens, eh? Let's face it, a kickoff return for a touchdown, onside kick, quick strike. I mean, anything can happen in this game.
Yeah. Well, this is true. I mean, I don't suspect, Kanata will fade away either. They'll still put their best foot forward, and, you're still playing for respect. You're still playing for pride, and you're representing your organization,
Oh, for sure. And we both know James Kibbe. James Kibbe's going to, he's got these guys ready, and they went 6-2, and they earned their right to be here, and we're not going to see any quit in his football team for sure.
Oh. Not at all. I mean, they came off of a close victory last weekend against the Bengals, which I think was unexpected for some folk, and so that just doesn't happen by accident,
No, it's not the best team that wins. It's a team that plays best, and here we go. They've got that same formation. They go to give it to the fullback. Nothing doing. But then again, there he is, Sean. He's stuck 2 yards deep in the backfield, and he likely got a yard if I can see the spot right.
Yeah.
On his 2nd and 9, so he's always falling forward and moving it and chugging along.
Jesse back here on the broadcast. We got
Jesse back, just getting rid of Sean Baptiste. Sean, thanks for the chat, man. Good luck to the boys. The rest of the game. Good luck to Sam for winning the A-Cup earlier.
Championship week is an awesome celebration. We've already had a few celebrities up here, and we got another very important guest that's going to be joining us.
There he goes. He finally broke one up the middle. There he goes. He's going to get caught from behind, is he? Yes, he is. Holy moly. I mean, he has worked so hard this game. Connor Williams, my goodness, Jess, that's what Sean and I were just talking about that this Kanata team too, you stay in the course, give it to the fullback, and doesn't he ramble one off for about 40 yards? There's still life left in him yet. Well, now we have We have the swarming Cumberland Panther defense swarm up the Kanata running back, attempting to run up to the heart of that defense. We're joined again here by Sid Gilchrist. Hello, Sid. How are you?
Doing very well. How about
Good
yourself?
to see you. You're doing good in the elements.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful day for football.
Yeah. So these cups are named after you.
Yes.
So how does that come about? I mean, I'd like one named after me and maybe Jesse, but obviously you've had a lot of influence in community football. To have that named after you is quite an honor for sure.
For sure, it's an honor, and it's easy to do. You just have to be president of the league.
That's all.
That's all, and the cups are named after the 3 past presidents.
Gotcha.
So I was the past president to Steve Dean, who's the current one.
Yep.
And then the other 2 are named after the second and third past president.
Wayne Chorney being one of them.
Wayne Chorney and Barry Sullivan.
Barry Sullivan.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, what do you think of the football you've been witness to today so far? You were here when the 6-on-6 was happening, then the tight game, and now we have a great Mosquito game happening here where looks like Kanata's going to get in there and get on the board. I didn't catch the number. Sure, we're going to see it. Great run, great play. There's been some pretty good football played around here today.
There has.
And all weekend.
Yeah.
Jess, you got the replay going. Maybe we can just see it real quick. If not, we'll see the convert attempt. Here, they're actually going to try to, they're going to kick it instead of going for 2. And it's blocked. So Kanata finally on the board. Here's the replay. So they finally got that slot reverse. It looks like to number 17. The Panthers defense obviously thinking it was going to go into the heart of their defense like it has, and it didn't. What a great run. Outstanding run by Mark Nichols. Mark Nichols on a reverse. So, Sid, how long ago were you the president?
I was the president, I guess, up until 2005, and I think I was president about 5 years before that.
Oh,
so.
holy cow! So you put your time in.
I put my time in. I started with one of the clubs around 1989, 1990, I guess. I started coaching and went from there to club president and then to president of the league.
Holy jumping! And then, of course, Steve gets you out here for all the championship weekends. From then on, you have to hang out and present the trophies and watch a little football and
of course
catch up. That's awesome.
I don't mind watching the football, but Steve could have done a better job with the weather, I think.
Yeah, he didn't deliver on that side of it. We're lucky we're here in the booth, so that's great. And what are your thoughts on how things progress with NCAFA partnering with HESN and the whole Montreal Championship Series we got going on? You've been around a long, long time, so what do you think about how things are going in the direction of NCAFA?
Very positive steps, and nice to see getting more media exposure, which is something that we've always wanted. It gives us a chance to get more kids interested in playing the game, and of course the series with Montreal coming up. That's just going to be gravy. That's really nice, and again, something more for the kids to look forward to.
It is outstanding that we're live streaming games. Fred Sherwin from Orleans, there's Fred in here with his laptop, and you can tell he's been around a while. Look at the font on his laptop there. Holy jumping Fred. I knew he was going to appreciate that. So he does a real good job of covering us and the Bengals out here in the East End, and Jesse for all the work he does and partnering with NCAFA. It's only going to get better.
For sure.
These kids, to be able to have this on television for them, it's on TV.
Oh, it's a big thing.
It's a huge thing, and as you get older, the kids use it for game film and all that sort of stuff, highlights. So there's really, really no downside. As we see, the Panthers will be down to 3rd and 5 here after a couple of runs. So I think it's great. The positive and the energy around NCAFA is just going through the roof right now, and we were lucky enough to have the Trevor Harris and John Gott up here earlier today. And how about them stopping the game earlier?
Yeah, that was that was nice to see them out here, though. That's a real plus, and the kids love that, especially at the tight age level. It really impresses them.
Yeah, and what's really, really good, I think, from a from a personal level for these guys is they come out here and they engaged. I was really impressed. The refs, stopped the game. They were
Yep.
probably a little bit in shock, right? They stopped the game, and the players actually got on the field and shook hands with the players and the coaches, and that's great. Instead of just coming here and the guy down by the sign, you say, oh, that's Trevor Harris.
Yeah.
Very engaging.
Yeah,
That's
that
what-
was great.
That's what we need, because these kids are very impressionable, and they need to see the guy, and hey, I met that guy. That guy came to my game. He high-fived me. That's awesome for these
For
kids to be able to do.
for sure. That
Yeah.
was awesome.
Yeah, great stuff. Well, hey, Sid, thanks a lot, man. Thanks for all that you do
Okay.
and all that you've done, and I think everybody's in agreement now. It's a majority rules. NACAFA's in really good hands and doing a lot of great things because of guys that have done it before us, guys that are doing it now, and guys that will do it after, right? And
Right on.
and
right
it
on.
seems to me NACAFA's just setting the bar. I
Excellent.
really think in this country for football.
I agree 100%. And, thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Sid.
All right,
Take
take
your
care.
time. If you want to stay dry, hang out with Fred on this side.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can-
Okay, thank you.
Thanks. Take care, Sid.
Well, how about that, Jeff?
The royalty, I'll tell you what. I mean, we got our fair share of having the big wigs up here.
Who's next?
So, well, you and I are here.
All right.
We're the mainstays. We're the fixtures of the HESN press box up here. We'll be mainstays in the HESN headquarter bus. Won't be long. I mean, what a great game. I mean, this game has been very good. Kanata's got some life. They scored a great touchdown earlier. Here they go on the lead. That defense has got him swarmed up there.
Nice stiff arm, but he's not going to get
He's
away.
not going to get away. You know what, though? I have to tell you, I got to give this one to head coach James Kibbe over there in Kanata. You know, this kid, that running back, wasn't going down without a fight.
Not at all.
And that's Jalen Findell, the quarterback, who got the toss. And, it's so nice to be able to see this, and these kids just want to play football.
I always said that there's a difference between getting beat and losing. And when you face a really good team and they beat you, I mean, that's okay. You can live with that.
Yep.
But when you lose the game because of your own errors or whatever, and you lose to a team that you probably could have beat, those are the losses that really hurt. So I don't think the Kanata Knights have anything. Look at this run.
Look at this run. I mean, that was a bobbled snap, 7 yards ago. And he ends up 7 yards ahead of where he bobbled a snap, because you could just as easily quit. You could just as easily die, but it's not in their DNA, these kids.
That's what I'm saying, right? Like, they know, they go up, they respect each other. You know when you play a good football team and they beat you that, hey, man, we gave it a good shot. We played pretty good, too, which Kanata did and has done. With 4 minutes left, 32-6, they played well. They maybe, you look back to that first and goal from the 5. That's one that early on, if you can get in, maybe it changes the outlook for the rest of the game, but maybe not. So, I think they played well, but it's obvious today that the Cumberland Panthers are just the better team.
Yeah. And you know what? It's not the best team that always wins. We say it all the time. It's the team that plays better. And today, it seems like the Panthers are just playing better. I mean, they've taken advantage of their opportunities. They haven't made a lot of mistakes. And I think that critical drive down to the 5-yard line in that fumble is key to how things sort of transpired. I think that Mike Schmidt has done an unbelievable job with his team this year, and I can say that because I've been around it just a little bit, watching him at practice and stuff. I think Eric Perron today has done an outstanding job calling the offensive plays. He stayed with what works. He didn't get off course, and that's a real hard thing for a football coach to do, but it tells you how good a coach he is, because he hasn't tried anything fancy-dancy. Here he is. There's Ben Baptiste up the middle, just bowling.
Big Ben trucks his way past the 20-yard line.
And it's one thing to prepare the kids. It's another thing to have to let them play football. And we got to see the same thing about the Kanata Knights. This is a good football team. James Kibbe has got these guys prepared. I think a couple injuries has kind of dampened their D-line a little bit. I don't know if the kids have come back with the weather and where we are situated and the lighting in the field. It being dark, we apologize for not being able to see numbers. Hope the kids that are hurt on both sides are okay. And here's the Panthers just now. They might have moved.
Well, time winding down in this Mosquito A-Cup Championship. Live on HESN YouTube, HESN Live. And in the nation's capital, football is very strong. We've got the Red Blacks still going here, and we've got a Pee Wee and Bantam game left.
Yeah, I mean that's going to be we got two real good games coming up. The rain's going to have an effect on both games for sure, and we'll get to those after we're done here with another run just up the middle between the tackles. That's that number 1, Owen Shields. I mean, this kid's not very big, Jess. I'll tell you what, he plays tough. They couldn't get him down that time. That really, really impressed on how all of these kids on the football field today they're just going as hard as they can.
Well, in the case that the stream does fail on you, please stick with us, because if this game does go down before it finishes, it looks like the Cumberland Panthers are going to win this one, and the Pee Wee game in Bantam will be live streamed to follow. So please share the live stream, share this on Facebook, on Twitter, and Instagram. Get people watching it, and subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Well, let's hope that we don't suffer any technical difficulties between now and then. With the game ending, Kanata, for some reason called the timeout. Their defensive coordinator for some reason called the timeout. It's 32-6. A little pre-congrats to Coach Mike Schmidt and his Cumberland Panthers staff and his kids for clawing and fighting their way to the A-Cup championship and getting it done with precision here on both sides of the ball, Jess. I mean, they've run an offensive game plan that's been outstanding. On defense, they've just shut everybody down the last couple weeks, including the unbeaten Cornwall Wildcats. And here they are on the 15-yard line, trying to pound it in once again. And here they go with Owen. And it looks like he might be able to score from there. He cuts back. He's going to be down on the 5-yard line. Again, Owen Shields running hard like he's 100 pounds heavier than he is.
Yeah, what a great run. He's been doing it all day, and the rain's picking up, and so is his running game.
Yeah, and it's a good thing to see with that offensive line and Ben Baptiste, the fullback blocking for him as the ref signals the play in. 2:15 to go in the game, 32-6. The Panthers, they're down again with just about a foot to go for a first down on about the 5.5-yard line going in. And they give it to Owen again. That time the defense for the Knights jets through and stops them for a loss of about a yard. So there's no quitting them for sure, Jess. There's a minute 57 to go in the game. It'll be dialed in a second here by the referee. Again, we're talking 3rd and short all day here. We've been 3rd and short, which on both teams. Kanata's been like 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3 all the time. Panthers have been 3rd and 1.
They're not getting it in huge chunks.
No.
They're just grinding away methodically, and that will wear on a defense. When you stop them, you get them in 3rd down situations.
There's Owen Shields. He's got the edge. There he is. Good job on you, kid. Wow.
Maybe this is just icing on the cake.
Yeah, that's a great run. Again, and I keep harping on it, but I mean a game plan, an offensive game plan that's been executed to perfection by Coach Eric Perron. Fantastic job staying the course and getting it done and putting the team in a situation to succeed up and down the field. They've gotten these 8 or 10 play drives all game.
Well, at the risk of stealing somebody's tagline here, this would make it 2 championships on the day for the Cumberland Panthers organization. We've got another one, a 3rd, with the same matchup with these 2 teams coming up. And a lot of players, very high-profile football players in the city, we're watching play in that one, including your son, Justice. Do you think, what would it mean to being a longtime coach with the Panthers? What would it mean to the organization to win the OPFL at JV and possibly 3 A-Cups?
I'll tell you, it's a rarity in sport, right, that we're able to be in them, let alone win them. It looks like we're going to be 2 for 2 so far here today. And like you said, the Bantam game is going to feature a lot of the kids that have played through Tyke, Mosquito, Pee Wee, and now Bantam. A slew of them played on the JV team. And that'll be, for some of them, Jess, for their whole NCAFA career, which will be 7 seasons, they'll have won 5 A-Cups. And they'll have played in 6, lost 1, and been in a semifinal and lost to 1. So that's a big thing for a lot of these kids.
That's a huge thing because, if you look at my experience and a lot of my friends that I played with, We still talk about it. The closest I came to an A-Cup was a semifinal loss against the Bengals. And these kids, to be able to win that much, that's setting them up with some confidence that they're champions, you know?
Yeah. And you know how good it is. I know how good it is. Sean Baptiste knows how good it is. Aldej Belfray at the Bengals, we know how, he knows what it's like also. Now Eric Perron and Mike Schmidt are going to experience this with both of their sons on their football team having A-Cups, and they work so hard for it. I'm really, really proud of those guys, the way that they work, and especially the time they put in to do that, for their football teams and with their kids. And I'm really, really proud of these guys for what they've been able to accomplish.
Well said.
Here's Kanata stepping back, wanting to throw the football.
Well said, one coach to another. But Kanata continues to fight.
Yeah, and there's London Perron. I mean, that's Eric's son, making an impact tackle at the end of the game, as he's been doing all year for this Panther defense that plays. And that's the other thing that Mike Schmidt will tell you, Jess. He has a football team. These kids are a football team. He doesn't have standouts. He doesn't put anybody on a pedestal. He has a great defense and a great offense. And you can see it today.
Yeah,
that's how they play their football.
You wouldn't want to do it any other way. And Kanata looking to boot left, and he's got some room. Number 7 has been a bright spot on this Knights team today. And a really, really great quarterback.
Samuel Whiting on the tackle there. Great pursuit, great tackle. Under a minute to go now. Still lots of fight left in this Kanata team. They will not give up. They will fight till the referee tells them there's no more play time.
Jalen Findell has been big for the Kanata team, but it's just been too stingy on this defense.
This defense is very well prepared. They tackle with urgency. They're disciplined, and fundamentally they're as good as you're going to see. Now, how fitting is this? 5-3. They win in the playoffs. They win by a point, and here they are. They're going to win the A-Cup championship. Coach Mike Schmidt, what a job.
Well, the path to the finals wasn't easy. Fullback rumbling and getting away from him, and he's being chased down by a smaller defender that can't get arms on him.
Good run on you, kid.
And you know what? We talk about, if I was the coach of Kanata, I'd be proud of these kids for, just fighting and sticking in there with this Panthers team.
That Connor Williams has had an unbelievable game, and to do that at the end and fight and fight and fight, it speaks to the character of him and the characters of his coaches.
Yeah, it sure does.
And here they are. They're going to try the convert again. 16.9 seconds to go in the game. Just short. Good try.
Yeah, I think. So 16.9 seconds left. That's all that's awaiting these Cumberland Panthers from their A-Cup championship. Ooh, gives me chills saying that.
You know what? It's because, we know the time that Schmitty and Eric put into this. They put their heart and soul into it. They're out there 3 days a week. They're working these kids fundamentally, system. They're blocking, they're tackling, they're teaching these kids where to be and how to be, and it has certainly paid off. They have fought through it, and very deserving of this A-Cup championship. Congrats, big congrats to Coach Mike Schmidt and his staff. Couldn't be happier.
Kanata just squibs the ball forward.
Oh, there's Ben Baptiste running with the ball. Picked it up. He's got a bunch of Panthers in front of him. Where's he going to go?
Big Ben.
Off he goes. Ben Baptiste won't go down.
Well, it's nice
Excited to be there. Excited to be there. Pumping up the fans. Nice job, Ben.
We got a full capacity here right now for this game. Even though the rain, there's umbrellas out there. It's packed out there, Jeff.
It's packed out there. The live stream audience is packed. Everybody's watching the CAFL football today, Jess.
So we've got Steve Dean, the president, and past president Sid Gilchrist, who was kind enough to join us in the broadcast, going to present the awards. And that's it. One more snap, and that'll just about do it.
That's it. The Cumberland Panthers, Coach Mike Schmidt and his staff, A-Cup Mosquito champions. Job well done.
And you can see this is pretty big for these kids. Number 5 down on his knees, kissing the ground, thanking God.
Yep. Yep.
So this Mosquito team, this will be the end of the season for them. But there's talks. The Montreal League, they want the Mosquitoes too.
Yep, there's talks about that, but there's some differences in the leagues, particularly at Mosquito that are that need to be talked about a little bit. I mean, they play 4 downs, they play without the yard, and the other thing that they do is they play kids both ways up there at Mosquito, and I know that that's not the way things are done here. So that whether or not it's going to happen, I'm not sure. Ultimately, it's up to Steve Dean and Coach Mike Schmidt now that he's got the first option to go with his football team, and I think it could be a very, very, very good thing. I mean, they work so hard, and great to see them all so excited now coming down to do that customary hand slapping with the parents there, Jess.
It's a good tradition. I've seen this replicated by a number of teams now, and I like it. I like it. Parents line up on the sideline, kids run by, slap the hands.
To do the presentation now and do the...
We'll take it back up to the booth while we get set for the trophy presentation. And Jeff, we've seen 3 games now, starting with the Tyke, the Wolverines winning at 6-on-6, the Panthers winning at 10-on-10, now the Panthers winning again at the Mosquito level. And we mentioned before the Bantams are coming up later for Cumberland. They're going to be playing the Kanata Knights as well. But congratulations to those 3 teams so far. And this game, I think this comes down to some early missed opportunities by Kanata, but also the firepower was on full display. And I don't think there would be much that this Knights team could do differently to come out with a different result.
I agree. I think it's that. I think it's Mike Schmidt and Eric Perrin coming up with a game plan to stay the course on what they do best. And on defense, they did that. On offense, they certainly did it. They stayed with what they do best. They ran the ball between the tackles. They ran outside a couple times. They didn't get fancy. They just marched and marched and marched. They did what got them here.
The final score, 39-12 for the Cumberland Panthers over the Kanata Knights. And the Gilchrist Trophy. There's your final, 39-12. And despite maybe some suggestions that the parents stay off the field, when this big game happens,
you're going to be in tough to try to get people to stay off the field.
They want to be
excited.
there. They want to be there.
They watch all the American guys doing, the university games and stuff.
It's a pretty cool sight, though.
And there's nothing wrong with this. There's nothing wrong with this. Nobody's being crazy. Nobody's being nuts. They're all being civil, and that's what it's about. It's about class at the end of a hard-fought game.
Well, these are 2 very classy organizations within the NCAFA umbrella.
Yeah.
And these 2 programs are accustomed to being in the A-Cups.
Yep.
Whether they're on the side of the winning team or losing team, what a feat it is just to make it this far.
Yep.
And to produce a good game for all the moms and dads and fans around the city.
And there you see Connor Williams taking the hardware home for player of the game for Kanata, justifiably so. What a great football game that kid played.
He did indeed.
Great from start to the end.
And big surprise, number 25 for the Panthers is the player of the game.
Yeah, Marvin LaRosa, I mean, what a heck of an athlete he is. What a great game he had. I mean, those were two displays of two great running backs deserving of the hardware for sure. And they'll get ready to accept the trophy. The Panthers will.
And the trophy presentation coming up. Don't go away. Stay glued to the HESN YouTube channel today because we've got Pee Wee and Bantam coming up to finish off this season of HESN Productions. And in following 2 weeks, the Pee Wee, Bantam, and Midget teams are going to play at Carleton University Sunday, November 19th for the first annual series of Interprovincial Bowl Series, we're calling them.
Yeah, that we look forward to that, Jess. Going to be live streaming that. Again, great exposure for the clubs, great exposure for both leagues.
Great exposure for some of these kids from Montreal coming up because Ottawa Gigis and the Carleton Ravens would be very interested to see some of the athletes coming up here to play these teams.
Oh, for sure. For sure. No matter what we talk about when you're talking to CAFA, HESN, the championship series, and the A-Cup games, there's no downside to anything, really.
Once again, your 2017 CAFA Mosquito champion, Cumberland Panthers.
Well, everyone here at HESN, I'm your host, Jesse Card. My broadcast buddy, Jeff Karate, producer Steve, Kyle Ball on camera and game announcing. We'll be back shortly. Check in early and often, HESN.co and HESN YouTube channel.
Everybody knows this is how the story